Jamie's going to have to go get a job. Like, so
if
this
there is one, but if there is a job, right,
absolutely.
that's what people are forgetting. And what they're saying is general business failures in North America could be upwards of 40%.
I think the small business owners as a whole, it's going to be interesting to watch how all of it plays out. I mean, it's over the last few years, I feel like it's become very fashionable to be an entrepreneur, very cool. And I don't think it's cool right now. Like, not everybody's going to think it's quite so cool when they hear that, you're waking up at 7 o'clock to get everything cleaned up, to start serving food at 11, to then serve food until 8 p.m. and then clean up for 2 or 3 hours after. That doesn't sound quite as interesting as it does, and also people think that the small business owners are wealthy. And times they think, but it's a cash flow game. And when the cash flow is not coming in, but you're still expected to, pay rent and utilities and all the things that come along. And that's before you even start talking about employees, I've started getting the calls from clients saying, hey, I know you're not an attorney or an accountant, but Jamie doesn't want to come back to work. She said, don't open that part of the business yet, because she's getting, I don't know, I think in this one case, it was almost $4,000 a month. And she doesn't have to do anything to get that. So now he's got to he's got to replace Jamie, plus he's got to hire or train Jamie. I mean, it's a real disadvantage. And, oh, by the way, at some point, maybe September or whenever, Jamie's going to have to go get a job. Like, so
if there is one, but if there is a job, right,
absolutely.
That's what people are forgetting. And this is, they're like, oh, I'm going to just run I'm going to run the pogey until it runs out. But when it runs out, what they're saying is general business failures in North America could be upwards of 40%. Mm-hmm. So that means that 6 of those 10 people won't have a place to go back to anyway. So it's really going to become an employer market. And you're going to find that employees who decided to sit off and enjoy their summer, which is what I heard, trying to find people to do yard work.
Sure.
I'm not going to really go back to work until the fall. I'm going to enjoy my summer. They're going to have a rude awakening. And I think Moussa could talk to that. I mean, that child of an immigrant mindset, like I don't know what it looks like to take a summer off, nor would I even think about it given the situation now. I've never worked harder, and we're doing great, but we're watching our competition fail left, right, and center, and we're doubling down. Even though we're doing great, we're paddling our arses off to kind of keep on above the wave rather than getting pulled out from underneath. So the mindset really challenging on the employee side.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in what I would call right now such good cooking shape that you give me 2 guys, I could probably run the whole kitchen right now. So, and then be, eventually be profitable because my labor is going way down. But it's going to be interesting because there's a lot of those. I think there's a lot of those guys that guys and gals that aren't going to come back to work because they're going to try to soak up that money because I think they feel like I've worked my whole life and
Well, Dan, and I got a question for you. So from what you understand about this, if people get the loan.